whatever. Good morning, everybody. This is too hot. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I done cried my eyelashes down and everything. Y'all, this is a song. Y'all know anything about that? He can do everything but fail, honey. And that is a true statement. Y'all see I got my stuff on today? And do you see it? So I wasn't gonna tell y'all, but we got a new hoodie coming out too. Just so you know. hmm I kind of told y'all a little bit, but we got a new hoodie coming out. I ain't y'all see it when y'all see it. Don't be asking. Don't nothing. I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but I think y'all gonna like it. Seeing as how it could possibly be our last, let's go ahead and get one of these before. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or night, or whatever, wherever you are. Good morning. You can't order it yet because it's not even produced yet. That's what I said. Just hold on. Give me a minute and you'll be able to get it. I'm going to let y'all know. Still in the works, but I'm telling y'all we got a new one coming. Okay? And it is not customizable. It is what it is. Okay? You hear me? Hello? It's just going to be uniform. Okay? Y'all got me? Good morning. Okay. So anyway, what y'all do? No. What y'all do yesterday? What y'all do? Listen, auntie, y'all gonna know when you know. Do not start. We just came up with the concept. So I love y'all. But just wait. When I unveil it, then you guys will be able to order it. That's why I don't be wanting to tell y'all. Really, it's been in the works for a minute, but you read your Bible and cleaned up. Good. I love y'all. Good job. You relax and watch Christmas movies all day. Okay. I probably did. I don't know, Auntie, sis. It's probably in here somewhere. I'm ashamed to say I don't even know all the books that are in my library right now. When I come in here, it's like going to the real library because I never know what's in here until I see it. I'm sure it's here. If it's been within a month, yes, I have it. It's just on the shelf somewhere. Do not kill me. I need to get my system out and get to number and stuff and letter and stuff and do a catalog. But baby, you babysitting your grandson. Oh, I hope he feel. Did you put some onions on his feet and some socks, Grandma? You got some onions? Put some onions on his feet. And put it wrap some little plastic wrap or something. You're not all the way, but put it in a ace bandage and put some onions on his feet. He ain't gonna like it, but at least he'll start to feel better. Auntie, I took your advice and woke up at 5 a.m. Not on purpose, laughed out loud, but I journaled and prayed. Now waiting on his answers. Ooh, nephew. Come on. I got up. I didn't get up at 5, but I got up and I did. Yeah, that's why I'm on here. Yeah, when you get into worship, it's a different space. Good morning. Journal about class, my life, and cried. It was a rough week. Good job. Keep pouring out, Punky. Let me tell you. Can I give y'all some encouragement? Can I? Can I give y'all some encouragement for real? For real. All jokes aside, the best years I can say now at 44, almost 45 years old of my life was when I was pouring out to God about what I felt like was wrong or what I didn't like or what excited me. I can honestly say that the years that he made me sit down and learn, y'all, was the best years of my life. And I didn't realize it while I was going through it because it was emotional and all of this and everything was happening. But when I go back through my journals, which is crazy, we talking about this, I'm looking for a new consent. Uh-oh. Went out yesterday and felt very uneasy, and I don't like the position of my bag while holding the baby and everything else. If we ain't on the same, girl, the bag I got, because it's normally a over the shoulder, and I'm like, this ain't gonna work. This one I can pull it right here. And it ain't a whole bunch of it. Snap and go. You hear me? Yeah. We right there together, babe. Don't even worry about it. I know exactly. And you in Oklahoma too? Oh, baby. I know all about it. Shh. Shh. Listen. Anyway. Yeah. What was I getting ready to say? Oh. The best years of my life, y'all, was spent in close proximity. And I hate to tell you, they were some of the most difficult times in my life. It's not saying I didn't see what I wanted and God didn't come through and bless me. Matter of fact, caught somebody trying to follow me through the store. But maybe I was tripping, maybe not. Absolutely, you was not. All that stuff you got walking around with? Yeah, they definitely was. They definitely was. And just, if you're going to be in my business, just be in my business. Say it. Say it. Y'all hear? Can you not just... We family for real. Dang, I can't even come in and sit down with y'all without you telling me the family story. I was coming to tell you. Shoot. Right? So look, though, for real. If you feel like you are in one of your most challenging times spiritually and even financially, whatever it is, be okay with that. Do you understand? I did not fake in front in my journals. That's why it's run-on sentences, no punctuation. I don't care because I'm talking to my daddy. I don't got to do all that. If I just want to write big old letters real hard, he know how, and he know it every long, crazy, hard, he know what it means. Your journal is your intimate space with your daddy to be able to be free and talk about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Because as you go back through it, you said, I'm okay right where I am. I know God has purpose in the pain. I'm trying to tell you. But see, this is the thing. Okay. Let me run this by you. You ready? Does anybody feel like the test you're in is grueling? Gotta know the people you deal with. Anybody feel like, why is it taking so long? Anybody, you gonna tell the truth? Before I say what I say, I got to know who I'm dealing with. Okay. Okay, let me move my chair so I don't fall. Okay, let me get this in real quick. Okay. You want to know why it's grueling? Huh? Because you focused on the pain, not the purpose. You said when you said that it almost knocked me down. Right. You keep talking about the pain. Why you ain't talking about the purpose? You said not you throwing up the shield after you pinch us did. That's why it's taking so long. Because you're not focused on why. You focused on how long. Everything has a teachable moment. Mm-hmm. No tomatoes today, Auntie. Okay. Unfortunately, yes. Okay. 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 This is more good journaling to do. You're right. When I stop focusing on why are you letting this happen and start saying what is it producing, everything changed. I got to all of this. I got to the journals and journals and journals full of information that everybody told me was invaluable or not. Nobody was going to use it. And now it's all over the news. Even tariffs. Even tariffs. Do you hear me? Because I was going to run an international business. So then I had to learn about tariffs. I had to learn about fees. I had to learn about customs and border patrol. I had to learn about insurance in the middle of the ocean. I had to learn about all of that. I had to learn to pay attention to certain countries and see if they have pirates or do you order a lot from them. All of this stuff when Alibaba was big. To know how much my custom fees was. Never thought that information was going to be valuable to the world. There's information that God wants to give you. And you feel like it's random. But hey, pumpkin, the only way you're going to get it is to go through it. Not over it, not under it, not around it. You will not get the information and you want it. But it normally doesn't come to you at a time when everything is wonderful. Because then you might try to take credit for it. Or you might give your doctor credit for it. Or you might give your mama credit for it. Or you might try and you bet not ever try to give me credit for it. I can't say that I went to this church and no, God made me sit down. When I was starting my business, I had so many people that own businesses around me and they would not give me the information. Blew my mind. Wouldn't help me do nothing. God said, I want to help you. Because I don't want nobody to be able to get the credit for the miracles, plural, that I'm going to do in your life. You'll give it to your husband. You'll give it to your wife. You'll give it to your kids. You'll give it to yourself, your job, your education. You will give all of his glory to something inanimate. And he said, I bet you won't. So if you focus on the purpose and not the pain, it gets easier. And as a matter of fact, over time, you be like, what pain? People be like, oh my God, how are you not breaking down? Why I'm supposed to be broke down? All hell is breaking loose in your life. What that mean? I had my cry. But what is soaking in it going to do? Absolutely nothing. Make it worse. I don't have time for it. Will I get my cry out? Yes, every time. Because I don't want to walk around with that on me. And I need to be able to get to the next station. There's another flag that I need to grab, and it's a little bit higher up. And I can't take all of this up there with me. Will I have to reminisce on the things that I've been through? Yes, because those are going to be the tools to get me to the top. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. I'm in here talking to y'all, and my coffee showed up. It's snowing like crazy. Okay. Because I didn't have no coffee or no creamer, honey. I done went through all of that. I drink a lot of coffee. Why you got the... What is that mind blown for? I love y'all. I love y'all. Dude. Listen, all the stuff I've been through, that's why I journaled it. Because I know nobody would believe it. But it also gave me a growth chart. Do you know that? Do you realize that's all? Well, it's not. That's not all. Your journal should be a growth chart. You have no idea how much I needed this today. Well, you're welcome. Your journal should be a growth chart. Your journal should be the words that God speaks to you. Thank you so much. The words that God speaks to you. It should be your feelings. It should be your victories and your failures. Because you cannot tell a story with only one part. Because the way that you articulated and put it in words, I never was able to think of it in such a way. Like I wasted my time screaming out versus asking, what is this teaching me? Yeah. And it'd be good too. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I was telling God this morning, that's when my eyes puffy. I said, thank you. It was a time when before 27, I was not thankful for my life. After 32, super thankful for my life. But prior to 30, 31, baby, I used to be like, God, why you didn't let my mama abort me? Why did you let her have me? My life has been so horrible. Blah, 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 blah. Even though God had given me great things and I would give him his praise, but in reality, I was so mad that I was born. All of the horrible things that happened. I was like, why you just didn't let me die? This is something I journaled so much. I wrote final letters to my children more times than I can think about. Because I was angry that God gave them me as a mother. A teen mother at that. And no matter how much I thanked him for my children, the hell that I went through with them, with my kid, with my mama, with the date. Oh, God. I said, take me up out of here. I don't need this place. You don't do what I do it. Don't worry about it. I got it because I'm tired. I used to cry and tell my kids, I don't know why God gave y'all to me. I'm messed up. I can't get this right. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to do right. I don't take nothing from nobody. And it just seemed like I kept getting kicked in the teeth. And I said, what kind of world is this? But I didn't get bitter. And even though all hell was breaking loose in my life, y'all, I always tried to bring some joy to somebody else's life. I always tried to teach somebody a different way to live, no matter what I was going through. I'm telling you. But it wasn't until the last, I almost wasn't going to be breathing no more, that I realized how blessed I was. And I started at the bottom. And I got all of the different people that I was calling and asking for information and calling and asking. I stopped all of that. I had one person that I talked to really for advice, and that was my godmother. And it wasn't just because I just said, God, get everybody out that's giving me this information that's keeping me confused, that's keeping me this, that's keeping me that. Like, I wanted God for real. I didn't want to, you said, get out of my business. Okay. I didn't want fake church no more. I'm gonna be honest. I had enough. I was broken. I just needed something else. And I said, my godmother said, baby, she called it a tablet. Get your tablet out. Not these tablets, but the actual yellow pad or notebook. And keep it by your bed. And if God tells you something, if he wakes you up in the middle of the night and you have a feeling, just write it down. Now, I've always done that because I would get up and write down my dreams because nobody ever wanted to hear them when I was younger. So I had to get them out, so I would journal them. And then my mom would read them and be like, oh, you grown and this and that. No, this is what I dream. But moving on. With that, God would give me scriptures in reference to the things that were getting ready to happen. And it took me almost 10 years to see that. I didn't realize. He would have my godmother call me or have me run into a scripture and I would just read it and go on. But I didn't realize that that was the key to the next door that I was getting ready to walk through. It was different. Did I have some horrible times? Absolutely. Did I question God and say, you must hate me? Absolutely, I did. I said, because this nigga and this person, they doing all of this. He said, don't worry about it. This is what I need you to do. You say, I'm so happy I was led back to your school and starting over as a start. You know how many times I started over? That's why I'm not tied to nothing. I'm talking about, like, as much as I love my books, he might make me leave them. But it took me a long time to get, I would cry and soak over what I lost and what I had. He said, I got better for you. You gonna keep crying? I moved you from there because that was the best you was gonna get there. Now you gotta go over here. People used to be like, you so unstable. You need to get somewhere and just sit. You need to find a job and just stay. You need to, and God said, do not listen to them. Because there are several places that I need you to go in this city. And then once you've hit all those jobs, now I'm going to take you halfway across the country over here. And I need you to go to this school for a minute and be in this church and go to this grocery store. Because there's some people I need you to deal with over here. Then you're only going to be there 10 months. And then I'm going to move you back this way for 7 months. And then you're going to go all the way back even further east and be here for a minute. Then you're going to live over here. And now I need you to go over here and be. When I tell you, it was like the army for real. But not the United States. God would always send me into crazy situations. And I'm like, why? He said, because you're a soldier and that's what soldiers do. Soldiers have to go where there's tension. Soldiers have to go where there's trouble. Soldiers have to go where there's dictators that won't do certain things or are doing certain things and they have to regulate that ish. I need you to go. You can't be tied to this stuff because everywhere that I take you, I'm going to take care of you. It's not one city that I have moved into, sometimes with absolutely nothing. And as soon as I got there, God just had people walking up to me and, do you need this? And is this what you? And I have a house to rent and blah, blah. And I used to be like, what the heck? That whole stop worrying about it, he's already worked it out. Yeah, I've lived it since I was 13, probably 12 or 13 years old, for sure. For sure. But would I have had it any other way? Absolutely not. Back then, yeah, I wanted my life to be normal. That's what I used to always say. I just want a normal life. Well, I can't just live in one place. Well, I can't just, he said, because the message that I'm going to have you take is going to be to the world. So you'll have to go and see how different people live and how different people exist so that you can talk to a number of people, not just one sort of people. Not only people you know or people that think like you or that were raised like you, or whatever it is. I didn't realize that the normal that I wanted was wanting to be accepted or wanting to for my family to say, okay, she's okay. But God kept saying, they're not okay. Why do you care? Woo! When I used to be like, wait a minute, what? And so he said, you gonna worry about them more than me? Because I got a plan for you. They don't. They have one too, but it ain't the one I got. And this ain't nothing to my family, but it's the truth. Because when I stopped listening to my family and when I started listening to what it was that God wanted me to do, my life changed drastically. And everything that I had been praying for came. And it just continued to happen for over 3 decades. For over 3 decades. And your faith should be infectious. You know how you grow your faith? One of the ways is by planting seeds of faith into other people. Planting roots of faith into other people. And when you do that, God grows your faith. Wanting to look right for everyone else instead of our Father. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Right. Well, normal at that time was house, car, maybe a partner, a good job that I've been at. But every job that I feel like I went to was good because I was there. What do you mean? It doesn't matter. I'm here now. We gonna fix all of this. Don't even worry about it. I'm telling you. When I and I don't mean that. I'm saying all the things that God has put down into me are great. Whether you know they're great right now or not, you'll know they're great later. I'm not taking credit for it. He did it, and it's great, and I like it. And people will try to make you not be happy about the amazing gifts that God gave you because everybody else ain't doing it. I don't care. I do not care. I like it. I like the way it feels, and it's where I'm at. And guess what? Me going His way, I've hit so many things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I done did this, I done did that, I done did this. My life is full. Like, I could go back years and forget skills that I even have because He told me to go over here and work at this job for 6 months. And then go over here and work at this job for 3 months. Forgot I even knew how to do it. So there's not just this bland, black and white, mundane life. Yeah, I be having highs and lows and in the middles, babe. But it has kept it exciting. It has kept it fresh. It has kept me continuing to have another story to tell somebody about a miracle I learned about yesterday. Which gives other people faith because you can talk about so many things. Because God is everything. And He's in everything. He created everything. So you cheat yourself when you don't get off to Him and spend time or even just get to know what it is that He wants for your life. Like, I'm grateful. And I'm going to say that I used to really be like, I'm here, y'all. Things are going to change, and didn't even realize what I was saying. But I was speaking change into every single situation I went into, and not chaos, not drama, not, oh, I already know this going to be a problem. Dad, what we fixing today? Because every time I get to see a person grow closer to God that I might have sat down with and God allowed me to go through the ugly with them or whatever else it is, and I get to see this barren land start to populate and to grow roots and things like that, and then there starts to be a produce off of that. That's a great thing. It's like I said, a lot of people get power from tearing people down and whatever else it is. Now, don't get me wrong. I be having to chop people in the throat, and sometimes I be a little vicious. Sorry, Dad. But for the most part, I'm trying to, even people that come here attacking me, I'll be like, look, please leave. I don't spaz out immediately, always. I used to. But I'm growing. And I say, listen, if you don't feel important, you don't gotta do that. We don't do that over here. If you want to stay, and a lot of them people they become students here, or they come and watch secretly. Well, come on in here, cause we trying to help, you know. But I wouldn't have these experiences if I hadn't or even the information if I hadn't went through the ugly. I had to go through all of the ugly, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for my life. Prior to 27, 30, no. I used to be like, dang near cursing God. Like, why did you let me live? You could have let me die. Like, then you had me bring these kids into this life, and they didn't have to struggle at certain times and be away from me and all kind of crazy stuff. Like, why? But then I talk to my kids, and they're like, Mom, we grateful. You know, you taught us about God, but not in a way of just scriptures. You actually, like, our life lessons was scripture. Does that make sense? I didn't throw scriptures at them. I took the scriptures and made life, not life decisions, but you know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I raised them. Instead of telling them the scripture, we acted the scripture out. Right? So I didn't tell them, I've had to say, don't be selfish. But what I taught all the time is we live in a communal household, which means you take care of the people around you. I didn't have to say, don't be selfish, don't be selfish, don't be selfish. I said, we a community and we take care of each other. That's what we do. So even if you didn't do it because we live in a community, you have to sometimes pick up and care for other people that might not, be able to do it. You don't just cook for yourself, you cook for everybody. If you see somebody's clothes in a washer, you put them in a dryer. I taught a communal household. And so then it was easy to weave the scripture in there because I didn't have to read out scripture. We just lived it out. My mom and I struggled, but these things she taught me and the lessons learned were worth it. I'm trying to tell you. It don't always got to be, the scripture says no. Just find a way to make that an example in the house where it's, you know, you make that some type of statute or whatever in your home, and it don't got to be forced down their throat. You just live it first. Whatever you do, your kids do. If your kids see you serving people when they come, when people come over your house, when their friends come, they will serve their friends. Or do you have the kids to say, you better get it yourself? When God says, when you have someone in your house, you serve them. Would you like something? You want something to drink? Blah, 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 blah. Are you teaching your children to be servants or tyrants? Yeah. Because God said we're supposed to be servants of others. It's not always you supposed to be getting something or being first or whatever else it is. You're supposed to look out for other people, period. In real life. And you can't let your horrible situations that you've gone through stop you from looking out for other people, because that's how you get more blessings. That's how you get more knowledge, acts of service. Exactly. Do you realize that every time you talk to a person you don't know, you can learn several things in just 5 minutes? It could be a stranger talking to you about their problems and you take the time to listen, but it'll answer a question about your spouse or one of your children. You trying to figure out why they think the way they think, and then you go and you help somebody carry something and they start talking to you, and for 5 or 10 minutes they are explaining to you what it is that your spouse or your kid just tried to tell you, but you didn't understand it, and then God will let somebody that you helped have a key for you. And so then when you go back home, now you understand how to handle your kid, your spouse, your mama, your cousin, whoever. Like, people don't think about interactions like that, but that's all that they are. Teaching moments and learning moments, period. Even if you have to deal with somebody that's unpleasant, it's teaching you something about yourself. Maybe that you don't have patience. Maybe you see what I'm saying? And so then you will feel more confident going into situations because you like, oh, I've seen this before. Okay, I know what to do here. But how will you ever know if you never have to take the test or even study the material? How will you know what to do? How will you know how to pass the test if you never even looked at the material? So that's like you walking into a chemistry class, and instead of giving you the test for the beginning, the pre-test, they take you all the way to the post-test on the first day. Well, what if you've never studied chemistry or mathematics or any of that? You know what I mean? Like, what if you've never done it? How will you answer the questions? You haven't even got a chance to look at the material. And a lot of people don't want the material. They want the test. And they want the reward after the test, but they don't want to study the material. And the material is your word. The material is looking and seeing if you line up for what you're asking God to give you. Do you have the skills to keep doing it? Do you have the tenacity? Do you have, the drive or even the stamina to keep going? Because it's easy to get it. It's harder to maintain it. Always. Anything you get. Most things are easy to get into, and our parents say they what? What your grandma used to say? It's easy to get into, but it's, of course, my business is up for discussion today. Hilarious. That's the lesson from my son's martial arts teacher. He showed me how my son learns. I understand now. Uh-oh. It's hard to get out of. I'm trying to tell you, listen, you can learn so much if you just slow down and look at everything individually instead of always trying to see the bigger picture. Sometimes it's in the details. Most times it's in the details. Most times that's where the information that you're looking for is in a little bitty print. The most important stuff ain't the big words. It's that little stuff at the bottom that people get screwed because they didn't read it. Yeah. 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 It's a real thing. So I'm grateful. I don't even know where all of this came from. I honestly don't. But I'm going to go make me some coffee and give me some water. And you're going to need your regular Bible, but we're going to be on Bible Gateway today. Y'all all right with that? Everybody okay? Good morning. Okay. Well, you know what? This is the thing. I think it's very important to always go back and look and see where you used to be. Not that you want to go back, but hopefully you should be thanking God every day that you ain't there no more. Right? Or no? Right? You should be thanking God every single day that you're not where you used to be. A year ago, 4 years ago, 7 years ago. It doesn't matter if you don't have what you used to have. Where your head at? Are you still so fragile? Are you stronger? Are you wiser? What great things happen and what horrible things happen to teach you? Again, quit focusing on the pain. Whatever you focus on is always going to become bigger. Come on. Come on. Come on, the storyteller. Come on. Right? So if you focus on the pain, all you got to do is go look up what all comes with pain. If you focus on the purpose, well, then pain starts to get smaller. Right? And you ask God, what am I supposed to use this for? What is this a tool for? Because pain is a tool. Pain lets you know you're sick, something is wrong, whatever. Pain is not always a bad thing. It teaches you a lot. Whoopings are painful. Punishment is painful. And it teaches you to govern yourself accordingly. So, pain ain't always negative. It'll get you together. Working out is pain, but the results at the end of that pain are worth it. A baby. Carrying a child is not easy. It's very painful, especially towards the end of it. And if you like me and had morning sickness from day 1 to day 360, whatever it is, however many days, 10 months, it ain't 365, but y'all know however many days, 40 weeks, throwing up. But it was each one of my kids worth it? Yep. The pain I went through in labor? Yep. After my body changed? Yep. Looking at them now, they are a blessing. And sometimes we look at the struggle and we just focus on how horrible that was instead of understanding what grew out of that pain. Did you learn something new? Did you find somebody, a good friend? Like, there has to be a good, because the guy said if you focusing on him, everything is going to, you know what I mean? It's going to turn out for whatever the devil meant for bad, God going to turn it around for good. So how is you still focused on the bad? Sorry, y'all. It is really snowing for real, for real. Definitely had something I needed to do today. The heck? You said my devotion today was grief and talks about exactly what you said. See how Dad be doing us? He know what we all need. I promise. That's why I don't like scripted. Because scripted, you gotta just stay right here. You can't move all around. I'm just sitting. I'm just sliding all over outside. Oh, you out in it? Be careful, pumpkin. Make sure y'all put y'all oil on, because folks, it's the holidays. They driving under the influence, not paying attention, trying to vlog while they're driving. Y'all be careful. Good job, pumpkin. Well, that makes me excited. So, if you can, get your notebook and stuff out, because I need you to take some notes real quick. I want you to write down some definitions. Is you ready? Is you or is you not? Is you ready for school? Are you ready to rumble? Please be charged. Good job. Y'all, I'm going to have to take a trip to Wally World. I really don't want to. I probably won't do it today. It's snowing. I'll do it another day, but I'm just think, ooh. Yeah. You said my friend is grieving so bad and I'm at a loss to how to help her. Did you buy her a devotional? Huh? A lot of times a devotional and a journal and a good like, I don't know, they don't sell CDs anymore, but if you can, like, yeah, I did. I heard exactly what they said. Mm-hmm. But where else am I gonna get a real Apple charger? Because I'm not driving forever, and I've had these for almost 3 years, and so they're wearing out on me. And I don't want the ones that be making them overheat, so I gotta do what I gotta do. Okay. Yeah. What was I going to show you? The devotional. Where did I just put it? The blue one. You got one to give her? Okay. I was gonna say, cause she get ready to have a fight, so the Princess Warrior one would be good too if you can find it. You love that one too? Yes. That way, minute by minute, if she need a word from God, she can just keep that with her, baby. That's why I say journals and devotionals, baby, can change people's lives. Because I don't know all the words. I don't know all the words. But God know every word you need to hear. So he gonna have you open a page that's gonna speak to you specifically. I have a family member that is 9 that lost her mom. She's having physical side effects from it. Okay. Get her a journal. A journal. Hugs and kisses. A lot of reassurance. And sometimes just sit and listen. If that baby just need to cry, you hold her. And that's it. Let her talk. Ask her what she needs to, what would make you happy. Let's do that. Don't just be giving in to crazy stuff, but ask God to guide you. Y'all, listen. The word and God has direction for every single thing that you need to do. We be stressed out trying to do it. I told y'all, go to the manufacturer. Who is the manufacturer of all people? If something is wrong, don't you go to the manufacturer's manual and see what's going on and see what's wrong? Even car people, they go to the manufacturer's manual. God is the manufacturer's manual of every single thing and person. He is the manual. So why y'all don't be going to the manual? I'm not about to be frustrated. Thank you, sis. I'm not about to be frustrated. God, how do I handle? Listen, if I did not go to the manufacturer's manual about my ex-husband, I'd have been crazy. I'd have been in a mental institution or jail. For real. Or a hospital, stroked out somewhere in a rehabilitation center trying to learn to walk again. Like, I'm not doing that. I start asking God, look, what do I say? Because I'm tired of this. What do I do? What, show me what not to do. It ain't always do something. Sometimes he don't want you to do nothing. Sometimes he don't want you to say nothing. Sometimes he just wants you to be quiet. There are so many different things that God will teach you, but you have got to go to him. He said, come to me about every situation. That's everything. That's the people around you, your job, your everything. This is why my journals was so full, because every day I had several things I needed to talk to him about. Every day I had several things I needed to talk to him about. It wasn't just one thing. I would have several things that I needed to discuss with him, and they was all written down so I could get my answers. That's why I kept me a little journal with me and a big one. Wasn't nobody playing? Shoot. I always kept me a pen and paper around me, because, baby, if I get to feeling weird around a person, I'm about to write that down, everything. And then he'll come by and confirm if that's what was going on, and most times it was. So then I could quit saying, oh, I'm tripping, oh, I'm tripping. No, I'm not. And you can say I am, but God don't lie to me, so no. And that's where a lot of your confidence in what God tells you will come from too. Because if you write down everything, the things you feel, this, that, and the other, he can come back and confirm it for you. And then you write that down when he confirmed it. So then your faith in God and what he tells you and the unctions that you feel to do or not to do certain things, it'll become more clear. But if you just do it all in your head, well, how do you catalog that? How do you see your progress or your regression? Like, how do you know? This is how people do the same thing over and over and over again, because they don't journal or chronicle their life. And so then they can't go back and say, oh my God, every March I do this, or every May I do this, or every time around Christmas time I put myself in a bind. Okay, I'm not doing that this year. Now, why you say that? Because I just told my son he'd understand what was said if he be quiet and listen. Oh, baby, that's me to hush and listen to him. You said it, I did it. You said it. Mm-mm. One second, y'all. Okay. Let me stay quiet, because my business be exposed here. Listen, you sound like... Okay, all of our business be exposed. Shoot. At least y'all get the group experience. Y'all get to talk amongst yourselves, babe. It was just me looking at the walls. Crazy. So, you got your pen and paper? I took a few notes this morning. We're still going to go how we go, but I did take a few notes because I was like, uh-oh, this is crazy. Y'all ready? I need you to time and date this, please. It's very important. Are you ready to rumble? Ooh, that's good. I've been having to drink Maxwell House. I am a Folgers kind of girl. Baby. I'll drink it. But do I want to drink it? No. I don't know what it is about Maxwell House. It just don't do it for me. It don't have that robust, like, I don't know. It's kind of, it feel like old people coffee to me. Not that old people are bad, but my grandma, my aunties, they all drank it. And I never liked drinking coffee. I like drinking coffee, but I never liked their coffee. And then I found Folgers, and I understand now why they can sit up and drink Maxwell House all day. But I can't drink Maxwell House. I got to drink, you know. I will drink it. I have it, but I don't like it. Hey, I don't want it in my system. You hear me? I don't want it in my system. I drink it, but I don't want to. All right. Y'all got y'all time and dates down? Time and dates. Come on. Time and dates. Do you guys time and date when you journal? Do you? Who would have ever known that potato starch will make your hands so soft? I've been trying to figure out how I could use it in a product. Some lotion or something without it molding, because potato water, man, make your hands so smooth. It's crazy. Okay. Did y'all know that? With me processing all these potatoes, I noticed my hands is so soft. I time and date almost everything I write now. Good job, Pumpkin. Good job. It's an effective writing tool, I'm telling you, because sometimes you'll go back like I did today and find just one piece of paper. And that's how I know this is from when I started, because this is from one of my daughter's journals. We was at church or somewhere, and I had to write something down. I'm like, give me a piece of paper. She ripped it out. She was like, Mommy, I don't want to rip it out of my journal. I don't care. I need that. Give me a piece of paper. And I found this today, and I read one word on there, and it led me down a whole rabbit hole. So y'all gonna go with me. You only use the date? Well, you'll want to know the time. Yeah. That's what they did in the Bible. In the second hour, on the 5th day of the 7th month of the year of. They wrote the time and the date. When the sun, it tell you the scenery, when it was almost dusk, it was early morning, it was midday, it was. Be detailed. Got to. That's what a record is. Or we call them receipts now, but back in the day it used to be a record. Time and date of whatever it was. When you got a time of birth, the time of death, the time of everything. And if my journaling is too long, I will put the time on the next page, or if I stop and reflect. Me too. Sometimes I put what time I stopped. Yep. Do. Good job. Good job. All right. My question to you is, are you ready for your question that I need at the top of your paper? Hey, Pumpkin. Hey, T. Y'all ready? Let's get this popping. Okay. Well, I ain't going to ask y'all a question. I'm going to ask y'all a question later. Tell me the definition of cost. And I want you to write it down, so don't feel rushed. This is a slow class today. We gonna chill. What is the definition of cost? Estimated price of, okay. What y'all got? Required payment before it can be acquired. Ooh. Required payment before it can be acquired. That is the one I want y'all to write down. Required payment before it can be acquired. Effort it takes to do something. I want you to write that one down too. The effort it takes to do something, and the fact that there's a required payment before whatever it is that you need can be acquired. So you have to pay for something before you can get it. Those are the two definitions. The effort it takes, or the time it takes to do something, or that one. Those are the two that I want you to write down together. Please. Or screenshot those two. If you you can't write it down. Just screenshot it so you can go back and put it in your journal for today's class. Loss or penalty incurred, especially in gaining something. Right. That one is good too. But the two main ones that I want you to write down are the requirement of payment and then the amount of money or time required to do something. Those are the two I want you to write down, please. Okay? The next one is, what is the definition for leadership? What's the definition for leadership? I put this new ring in my nose, and it's one of them ones that got that little piece on it. And it just be moving around. What's the definition of leadership? What y'all got over here? I feel like I'm missing something. The action of leading a group. Interesting. The action of leading a group of people or an organization. Mm-hmm. Including or guiding others. Yes, ma'am. What else y'all got? The ability to influence or guide others to accomplish a goal. That's the one I want you to write down. The ability to influence or guide others to accomplish a goal, and the capacity to guide the actions of a person or a group. Those are the two that I want you to write down. The capacity to guide the actions of a person or group, and the ability to influence or guide others to accomplish a goal. Those are the two that I want you to write down. I love it. Yeah, got it? Do you got it? Now, y'all can always go back and fill in the rest of it with other stuff that pokes out to you. But some of the words that I wrote down was guidance, direction, authority, and control management. Guidance, direction, authority, and control management. Okay? Thank you. Your next word is, or question is, what does a general do? What does a general in the Army or the armed services, what do they do? And this gonna be a long one, and I hope y'all just look up more than one definition. They lead groups. What else? I want y'all to write the definitions to what a general does down, all, like whatever you find. So take your time. I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes to write that. I want y'all to write those down because it's important. please. Pretty please. Count of the cost of every decision he makes. Interesting. He counts the cost of every decision he makes. A general does. Interesting. Overseeing large-scale operations, making strategic decisions, and planning missions. Sounds similar to the ranking system already in place. Oh, yeah. Okay. Relating to, determined by, or concerned with the main elements rather... No. A general in the army. That means general. Like just general, conduct prompt and sustained combined arms combat operations. There we go, Sheeta. It says conduct prompt and sustained combined arms combat operations. Prompt is quick and it's sustainable. It's gonna do what it do. Good job. What we got over here, y'all? Now y'all doing it. I like this. Come on. What y'all got? Hey, Nikwa. We looking up definitions. If you can, if you're not at work or whatever, you can write down your definitions, time and date, your paper, please. Primarily responsible for high-level strategic planning, including deployment of forces. Ooh, that's a good one. You should write that down. Primarily responsible for high-level strategic planning, including the deployment of forces. Okay, you good, Pumpkin. Have a good day at work. A general commands all operations that fall within his geographical area. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The territory he has been given, right? Okay. I hope y'all like marking them or screenshotting because that's going to be real good. Okay? It's going to be real good. All right. The next one is strategy. What is strategy? What's the definition of strategy? It is really snowing, honey. I mean, really snowing. Wow. A plan of action or policy designed to achieve a major or overall aim. Operational analytics used towards their production. A plan of action, yep. The art of planning and directing overall military operations and movements in war or battle. Those. Plans for military operations and movements, yep, that. All of that. What y'all got? Well, all right. So the next one and last one is character. What's the definition of character? The mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. The mental and moral qualities Is moral excellence and firmness main and essential nature? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So the mental and moral qualities distinctive to an individual. So your character is very important. It talks about how strong your mind is and where your moral compass lays, right? Where it falls. The way someone thinks, feels, or behaves. Someone's personality. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Now, at the top of that paper, I have one question: how honest or reliable you are. Okay. Okay. The question that I would like for you to write at the top of your paper is, what is the cost of leadership? If you are a parent, grandparent, auntie or uncle, but mainly I'm just going to say a parent of some sort, then you have been the leader of your home, right? You are the leader of your home. Excuse me. If you're a business owner, you are the leader of your business, right? And all of these words that we looked at have relevance to you as a leader in your home, in your business. You know, if you're a teacher, leader, you hear me? If you're a manager or a boss of some sort, leader, right? No? Interesting. Let me go pour some salt on the stairs for these people. Hold on. Oh, that's why I leave it outside. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Ooh. Sorry, because I see them doing that, but they don't ever really do the stairs. So, being a watchman and staying alert and vigilant. Yes. Okay. And my socks got wet. Sucks. All right, y'all ready? Y'all wrote down what is the cost of leadership at the top of your paper? Yeah. Hello. Okay, so now you need Bible Gateway. And I read this in the KJV, and I like the way it was worded, but we're going to just do it in the New International Version, okay? So you need to go to Bible Gateway and go to your New International, is it? Yeah, the New International Version, NIV, real quick. And then I'll tell you what we're going to read, because I know y'all. Is y'all ready? Let me see a handshake or something, if you're ready. Put a hand up if you're ready. Good job. Okay, here we go. All right. Good morning. Okay. What about y'all on YouTube? Y'all not ready? Well, I can't see what y'all typing. Is y'all typing anything over here? Oh, yes. Building an altar and keeping it fire. Making difficult decisions and sacrifices that may positively or negatively affect those under your care. Ooh. Yeah. You got kicked out. I haven't told us where we at yet. We in Bible Gateway. Did you say the page by chance to see how it's with you? No, I didn't. I said I need you to go to Bible Gateway and go to the New International Version. I said I'm not telling y'all what it is until we get there, because I know y'all. Just go to Bible Gateway and get to your International Version, and then we gonna be where we gonna be. Is y'all over there? Yeah. You gotta know the people you deal with. Y'all in the Bible Gateway, New International Version. All right. I need you to go to 1 Samuel 30. You all right? 1 Samuel chapter 30 in the New International Version. I know y'all. I know how y'all work. We've been around each other too long. I know how y'all be moving around here. Y'all. I know how y'all do. So let's get it in. Come on. All right. David and his men reached Ziklag on the 3rd day. So that means they had been walking or riding horses for 3 days. You think you'll be tired for 3 days? If you had to be, it is real out here. You think you'll be tired if you had to ride on a horse or be walking for 3 days with all your armor on and everything else? You'll be tired. And you're probably in the desert, so it's hot or cold. Because in the desert, it's real cold at night. Okay? It says, now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burned it, and had taken captive the women and everyone else in it, both young and old. They killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on their way. So the giants went into a village. They burned the village to herd the little people out. And then took all the people like slaves, or just took them to where they was going. Ain't that what Gargamel used to do to the Smurfs? Is that what Gargamel used to do? Herd them out, try to put a barricade so when they take off running, he can grab them all up in a sack. The whole of them all. Do we know that people was eating people at this time? Before the flood and after, the giants? Okay. It says, they killed none of them, but carried them off as they went on their way. When David, now this is city to city. This ain't just one area. You know that, right? It's all of the people in between these two places. You get that? It ain't just one group of people. It's whoever was on their way to where they was going is who got taken and their cities was burned. Did we see this in Game of Thrones? Did we see that in Game of Thrones? Wasn't they burning cities and herding the people out? They was going from city to city, burning everything out of there, right? No? All right, I got a question for you. You ready? On your quest for what you want, how many cities you done burned down? How many relationships you done burned down? How many businesses, because you didn't get what you wanted, you ruined everybody's day in there? How many people no longer have a comfortable place to be because they came across you? How many people no longer have a stable mind because they came across you? You said on a quest for what I want, I done brought my own down my own city. Uh-oh. Hubby told me to look up to the car radio. Hilarious. He done told me to hook up to the car radio. Hilarious. Hey, bro. How much on your way to get what you think you deserve? How many cities you done burned down? How many people have you displaced out of where they were comfortable because you went and you was a blazing fire wherever you went? And get this, you didn't unalive them. You left them in their misery. You left them alive after you destroyed every single thing they had. Whether it be their self-confidence, their credit, their reputation, whatever it was, how many situations have you burned to the ground and left the people destitute because you was on your way to what you wanted? How many cities have had to burn? With you on your way to your quest to the top of the mountain? How many people have you destroyed getting what you want? And 9 times out of 10, there was people watching you. So then you turn around and you led them in the same type of behavior. Well, now they learned from you, and now they going and they tearing down everything they come across. Because you showed them the strategy. How many men and women have you taught to hate themselves and to destroy themselves because you didn't like something about them? Are you the reason somebody went and got plastic surgery? Because you commented on one of their pages and told them how crazy they look, and now they have something that they can't undo, even if they still don't feel like. What have you torn down to get to where you was going? You said going to my corners now. Uh-oh. And you didn't kill them. You just left them to suffer. Here we go. When David and his men reached Ziklag, they found it destroyed by fire. This is my horse. Go north. You go south. Go see if there's any survivors. Down. Oh! He is the king. Y'all see my horse? It's a great stallion, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So there's no survivors to the north. Do you see any bodies? No dead bodies. Got it. Check the livestock. You hear me? That was my horse. I don't got one, and it ain't a big enough space in here, so this is going to have to be the horse right here. We got to improvise. Here we go. It says, and their wives and sons and daughters taken captive. So David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep. You understand that the people living in this area was the soldiers' wives and kids. So the enemy waited until David and his soldiers were out fighting another battle to come in and attack his family. It's like going to an army base. It was 2 army bases and 300 soldiers from this base and 300 soldiers from that base was gone out somewhere else. And when they came back, another enemy, while they was fighting on this front, there was another enemy attacking their house. My question to you today is, what is the cost of leadership? Because you can be saving somebody over here, and the enemy can be creeping in your house right here. And you can't leave this front to go take care of your family. You got to do what you got to do where God placed you. So my question to you is, how many fronts is you fighting on? Is your north, east, south, and west siege? And you can't even be there to know what's going on. You got to be overseas somewhere taking care of somebody else's family, keeping somebody else's child safe. And you don't even know what's going on at your castle. And when you come back, everything that you had built up, that you had saved up, that you had worked for, that you got your garden together, it is demolished, burned to the ground. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Do you hear me? David was out protecting somebody else, and the niggas hit his house. He making sure somebody else is safe, and whole time his house being ransacked. How would you feel? Would you be mad at God that he got you out fighting for somebody else and your family is being attacked? You are a drug counselor, but you can't help your child. You got to be over here helping somebody else's. Your children ain't where you are, but you got to go and be a comfort to somebody. You going to do it? All the while, your child, your husband, your wife, your mama, your cousin is getting worse. And God say, don't pay no attention to that. I need you to leave. Because you the leadership. You the one gonna set stuff right. So I can't let you stay here. You gotta leave. When you already know some niggas you done heard through the grapevine talking about hitting your house. But God still make you go out of town. You have a feeling in your stomach that you shouldn't go, but God says get up now and leave. You said my life falling apart, but I gotta help somebody else. Oh, okay. And God done gave you an inkling that the enemy is coming. It ain't like you don't know. It ain't like you don't know they coming. Because you done heard through the grapevine that some niggas don't like you. Here we go. Ooh. It says, so David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep. David's 2 wives had been captured, Ahinoam of Jezreel and Abigail, the widow of Nabal of Carmel. David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Nigga, I should bust you in your head, nigga. If I wouldn't have never left with you, my wife would be here. My kids would be here. You told me that God told us to go with you. We over here keeping everybody safe, nigga. Now our wives is gone. Our kids is gone. We don't know if our kids is dead, nigga. We should slay you right here. We trusted you. Not to mention, he just led them to a victory. We both just rode 3 days in the desert. I gave you my water. I gave up my food so y'all could eat. And we get back. Nigga, you acting like my wives ain't gone. Nigga, one wife of yours is gone. Both of my wives gone. This David now. Hold up. My wives is gone too. My kids is gone too. The house that I built for my wives is burned too. Y'all wives ain't the only one. And how you think this make me look? And I'm the leader and my babies is gone. My wives is gone. What you think? I'm the king. But you niggas is talking about stoning me after I'm the one that God used me to lead y'all to keep y'all safe. I done protected your family. I done protected your family. I done went to God for your family. I done went to God for your family. And not only are now you hurting, I'm hurting too. And now y'all want to take my life. Interesting. Interesting. Helped everyone get their lives together. Now you want to rip mine apart. Remember I told But I got the same pain you got because my family members ain't with me either. I don't know where my family members is either. The work that I put in to help my 2 wives build their houses, they burnt to the ground too. Y'all ain't the only one that lost everything. You ain't the only one that's experiencing hurt and not understanding why God had me over here and my stuff was being torn to the ground. You're not the only one. And now y'all want to try to take my life? You want to ruin my character? You want to come for me? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm hurting the same way you is. I'm literally right here in it with you. I can see if I sent you out and I'm sitting up in my crib and something happened. I can see that. But I'm out here riding with y'all. I'm out here going through it with y'all. I'm out here fighting with y'all. So what? We all in the same situation just right now. Your house burned, my house burned. Your kids gone, my kids gone. Your spouse gone, my spouse gone. So where's the difference? Because I'm the leader? Even though we all experiencing the exact same trouble, you acting like my family ain't gone too. You acting like my house ain't burned down too. You act like your pain is bigger than my pain, or I shouldn't have any because I'm the leader and I'm literally experiencing the same thing as you. And now, the person that tried to help get your life together, you want to take my life? Got it. Y'all done got together and talked about how y'all was going to take my life. Interesting. 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 Crazy. Lived it. Moving on. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. I'm not about to worry about y'all. If y'all gonna get me, y'all gonna get me. I ain't about to be worried about none of that. Then David said to Abiathar the priest, the son of Ahimelech, bring me the ephod. open this thing, and sometimes you don't even want to open. Sometimes. This thing heavy, auntie. Ooh! He said, bring me the Ephod. I'm about to go to war, so I need my Ephod. Because guess what? I need to hear some instructions from God, but I also need you to understand that I need some protection where I'm getting ready to go. Because I have a feeling. God know what I'm feeling. I ain't safe right now. But bring me that breastplate. Go on and bring me that. I need that. Bring that to me. Bring it to me. Because it's some power in that breastplate. That breastplate can get me where I need to go. I need that breastplate on. Okay. Abiathar brought it to him, and David inquired of the Lord, shall I pursue this raiding party, and will I overtake them? He said, because if I go, I need you to protect me. If you want me to go, I know I'm going to come home with what I'm going for. But if you don't tell me to go, I'm not going. Because where I'm about to go, I already know it's going to be a battle. The devil is not giving back what he stole easily. He's going to fight. Even though he snuck in the back door while I was busy fighting on another front, he ain't about to give up what he stole easily. But God, I only want to be in your will. So if this is a fight I should fight, let me know. But if it's not, tell me what to do. Is this my fight, and will I win? There's situations you've been fighting for a long time, but you still ain't won a battle yet. Maybe it's a fight you ain't even supposed to be fighting. 2, he asked for the tools so that he could be in the right mind when he went to do whatever it was that God wanted him to do. Should I fight or shouldn't I? And if I do, are you going with me? Have you already laid the foundation? Because if you laid the foundation, I don't got to be scared. I already know I'm coming out with what I want. Because I'm angry, but I don't want to do this in the wrong spirit. Bitterness is already running through my camp. Murder is already running through my camp. So I can't give that spirit here no leeway. Do you understand? I just journaled this yesterday, and he took me to Isaiah 48:17. It's already over here. Bitterness is in my camp right now. A nigga thinking in his mind that he want to take my life, and my homeboys is thinking this. So not only am I fighting and got to watch my back with the people that say they love me and fight with me, but I also got to watch this enemy that just came and took my family. Think about the position and the cost of leadership. David could have played it cool and went back to his kingdom and had one of his other teams, or sent word to have a larger team come and execute the people that even think that they had the right to say to the king that they was going to stone him. They his soldiers. He's the king. And even if he isn't the king at this point in time, he's the head of the army. You could be court-martialed for disrespecting one of your elders, right? Thrown out of the army if you too disrespectful to your superior, right? Right? Can't you be kicked out of the army for insubordination? Can you? Huh? You can be demoted. You can be thrown in jail, depending on what you do. Okay. Okay. So David ain't just worried. He don't just have to worry about the people that just came and took his family and burned his houses down. Now the niggas he been running side by side with for however long is talking about they want to unalive him too. How do you think David felt to know that the people that he probably saved their life and spared their life, or whatever else it is, taught them to fight, taught them strategy, kept them alive at different times because they fighting together, then they turn around and told him, we about to unalive you because we not happy because something happened, and if we wouldn't have been with you, it wouldn't have happened to us. How do you think he felt in that moment? What was the cost of David's leadership in that moment? Because he had the same pain that they had. His brothers turned on him. So now I gotta wonder if one of y'all about to try to put a knife in my back while trying to go and find all of our family, not just mine, everybody. The answers for all of us. I would have felt betrayal too. Crazy. He ain't fighting on one front. He fighting on two. Because now I can't even trust the people I'm around. That's crazy. I can't even trust the people I've been fighting and praying and warring with. That's crazy. And still got to figure out how to get my family back. Still got to figure out how to rebuild these houses that's been burned down and get everybody animals back and see what the damage was. And I'm worried about because I don't know what's going on with my spouse. I don't know if they trying to hurt my spouses because they know they mine. I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody want the big man kid. This is why kidnappings and stuff go on. Because they want some money. They want something. They ain't about to kidnap nobody kid that ain't got nothing for the most part. If they trying to get some money, they going for the top. So yeah, y'all all soldiers, but everybody know who David is. Wow. So, of course, David's family members are going to be more valuable to thieves and robbers, are they not? Everybody was in the same situation, but everybody knew who David was, and everybody wanted to try to take him on. So his wives could have possibly been in more danger than any of the wives. His sons and his daughters could have been in more danger because of who their daddy was. Not that everybody wasn't in danger, but and yet his homeboys is trying to stab him in the back. They're talking about stoning this dude. Like they ain't been fighting together. Like they ain't been warring together and sleeping together and keeping watch over each other for however long they've been soldiers together. And they know his fighting style because they've been walking with him. They know about when he sleep and when he gonna get up and pray. So who else easier to take him out than the people that's been right with him? They probably done been to his house and ate. Probably slept over. They probably drank together and ate figs and stuff together. Might have became soldiers at the very same time, trained together in AIT or whatever you call it. It'd be the closest people. Here we go. It says, will I overtake them? Pursue them, he answered. You will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue. God said go. And not only will you go, but you're going to be successful and you're going to rescue everybody. He could have just listened to them and let them force him or nag him enough to where he went ahead and went on without asking God first. But is that what he did? No. He said, I don't care what y'all feel about me. I'd rather be in y'all angry hands than God angry hands. So hold up. Everybody go over there, do whatever you're going to do. Pastor, bring me that shawl so I can go in here and pray real quick. Because as long as God's speaking to me, I don't care what nobody else is saying. They operating out of the wrong spirits anyway. They operating out of emotion. God, I need your strategy. Here we go. Ooh, David and the 600 men with 600 people talking about they want to stone you. And it's only you. And everybody is against you. Everybody is mad at you. Everybody is bitter with you. And everybody is trying to hurt you in one way or another because they're hurting. Would you trust God to keep you safe? And it's 600 people that's talking about taking your life all at one time. It's 600 people that could ambush you. It's 600 people that know your fighting style. They know if you're going to go for your blade or your axe. Would you trust God? Because while you riding, you got to wonder if a nigga going to hit you in your back with an axe, with a spear, with an arrow, because they done already told you, we want to unalive you. We want to hurt you the way that we feel like you hurt us. You hear me? Would you trust God? Not to mention, David is still hurting because his family gone too and his houses is burned down too. Okay. It says, David and the 600 men with him came to the Besor Valley, where some stayed behind. Now, please go look up the Besor river. It says that in another version, but it's called the Habesor or Habesor river right now. It's Habesor. It's so beautiful. I took pictures, but I want y'all to see it. You could type in Besor river and it's gonna come up too. But in the KJV it says the Besor river. So can you please go look at that? Please. It's so pretty. Just go look up some images real quick. Y'all see it? It's pretty, right? Super beautiful. Reminds me a bit like Costa Rica. Interesting. Yeah. Y'all see it? It's pretty. Y'all flip through some of the streams and all of that and looking at it. Ain't that pretty? Real pretty. So this is somewhere in that area is where they were. Which makes sense because even in Game of Thrones, they was at a river thing like this when they was fighting against the people and the people had been taken and they was looking for the people. They stopped at a river thing that looked like this in Game of Thrones. And the soldiers were replenishing the water. Remember, they was down in the water because I guess they hadn't had no water or whatever. And they was looking for animals to eat and roast right there. So a part of this is it's either the dragons or Game of Thrones, one of them. But it's a similar scene in there where it looks like that. You said this is speaking to all truth in my experience. All truth in my experience. I feel so much peace at this moment with this message. Listen, this our dad. You hear me? Okay, look. So it says, where some stayed behind. 200 of them were too exhausted to cross the valley. But David and the other 400 continued their pursuit. So 200 man was like, man, I can't go no further. I'm tired. We've been driving. We've been riding on these horses, walking for this many days. We just gonna stay right here. So now he don't got 600. He got 400. Now, do you think that maybe David thought that they was gonna try to do an ambush later on in the flick? You think he thought about some of those things? All of a sudden, you too tired to go? Nah, what's up? He didn't let that stop him, though, did he? I can't worry about who ain't here no more. I got to keep going to my goal. God told me he going to be with me. If you can't make the journey, that don't got nothing to do with me. I ain't saying I'm going to leave you out here bad, but I can't stop with you. It's a goal. God told me I'm going to be successful. He told me that I'm going to be able to rescue the people that I'm supposed to rescue. I can't worry about how y'all feel about me. I can't worry about how you, whatever. We all hurting. Get over it. We all in the same position right now. But if you can't go no further, who can? You can? Oh, okay, come on. Let's ride. Because our family is still missing and our stuff is still gone. We all riding with our pain. But guess what? We can't focus on what we don't have. We can't focus on what they could be doing to our family members and let ourselves stay there. We have to get up and go get them. All the while riding with treacherous people. I can't sit here crying under this tree. That nigga got my husband, honey. I got to come up with a plan to go get my husband back. Period. It says, but David and the other 400 continued the pursuit. Come on, I ain't got time to stop for you. They found an Egyptian in a field and brought him to David. They gave him water to drink and food to eat. Part of a cake of pressed figs and 2 cakes of raisins. He ate, so we got some raisin bread and some fig bread. And he ate and was revived, for he had not eaten any food or drunk any water for 3 days and 3 nights. David asked him, who do you belong to? And where you come from? He said, I'm an Egyptian, the slave of an Amalekite. My master abandoned me when I became ill 3 days ago. Hold on. You ever felt like that? It's the person you roll with, whatever it is that they asked you to do, you went ahead and did it. And then as soon as you couldn't do that no more, they left you to die. Anybody ever felt like that? Didn't leave you with nothing to survive either. Just kept on going. Now, mind you, they just hit a lick. Just got a settlement. Just got a better job. Just got a new car. Just got a new husband or wife. Just got into college. Whatever it is that you helped them accomplish, then once you got too far and you didn't have the strength, they left you for dead. When you couldn't do what they needed you to do for them no more, you wasn't no good to them. And they kept on going with their spoils. Whatever it is that they acquired from being around you, they took that and yours and left. Interesting. We raided the Negev of the Kerethites, some territory belonging to Judah, and the Negev of Caleb, and we burned Ziklag. So this is a servant or one of the warriors of an Amalekite. He's saying we hit all these cities from here to here. We took everything in the cities. We took the people. We took everything. They livestock. We took everything. Any gold, jewelry, TVs, everything they had, we took it and burned their houses to the ground. But when I got sick and couldn't go no further, they left me here to die. Can I ask you a question? How many times has that happened in a real robbery? Didn't it happen and set it off? Ain't that what happened and set it off? Didn't they have to leave old girl because she was dead in the truck? And they had to take off running, right? So people will help you, ask you to help them get what they want, and you might lose your life in the midst of it, and they ain't about to be worried about you. Interesting. All right. It says, David asked him, can you lead me down to this rain party? That David said, where them niggas at? You know where they at? Now, let's go here. The people you've been running with left you for dead with no food or no water while you were sick, even though they just hit a lick and had more than enough. And then here comes somebody who's already in a situation where they family members, they don't know what's happening to their family members. They don't know if their family members is eating, if their family members got a house. But guess what? I'm going to take care of you. What happened? Are you all right? Well, I was with the people you looking for. David, in his emotion, could have unalived him as soon as he said that, right or wrong. You the reason why I don't know where my kids is. You the reason I don't know where my wife is. You the reason my house is burned down. He might have had on somebody's clothes that he know. This is the nigga that just ran through your house. But it's the homeboy they left for dead. And you fed him. And gave him some water. And now he can talk. Who you think that man loyalty gonna lie to with? You said first 48 about he about to tell it all. Come on, girl. Yeah, he done gave him a burger and a drink, baby. He got a blanket on his shoulders. You sure said it. He about to snitch. So, now that wasn't a plan. See, the plan was, have some more of that. Oh, yeah. Go right on here. Here you go. You want some more fries? Hey, get him some more fries. Yeah, you like ketchup? You want some butter on that raisin bread? You said they left you here. Nah, for real? So what was y'all about to do? What was the plan? I mean, I can't believe they left you here like that. Right. Mm-hmm. I don't even know where it is. Dang it. And I know it's laying right here somewhere. I was about to get that little water thing, but it's in there. It's in this thing, I think. Hold on. There we go. Here. Don't worry about it. No. Go ahead. Drink as much as you need. We have And so the plan was what now? Okay, so y'all went through. Okay. How much did they get? Oh, they hit everybody else. Okay. No. You still hungry? Here you go. No, bring him some more bread. Okay. So, what happened was, it started out that we just went to the one city, and it got good to him, so we just figured we'll take the whole valley on our way home. You hear me? He telling everything. Yeah. Here we go. He said, he answered, swear to me before God that you will not kill me or hand me over to my master, and I'll take you over there. He said, do I get immunity? Because I ain't talking until I get some. Right? He asked for immunity, did he or did he not? He making a deal already. Come on. He said, I'm going to tell you, but I need immunity. I need to know that I'm not going to jail for life. I need to know that I can't get the death penalty, and I'll tell you everything. Time off his sentence. Come on. So is first 48 even really new, DC Pooh? No, it ain't. It ain't. Okay. He said he led David down, and there they were, scattered over the countryside, eating and drinking and reveling because of the great amount of plunder they had taken from the land of the Philistines and from Judah. Who was the Philistines? Giants. Where's the land of Philistines right now? The Philistines. Where do they live? Palestine. Palestine. Okay? And all in that area, Iraq or whatever. But Palestine. What's going on in Palestine right now? Is stuff burning in Palestine right now? Are homes being burned to the ground right now? Are husbands, wives, and children being carried off right now with only what they can carry? In Palestine? Interesting. So the same thing that was happening when David was in Palestine is literally happening right now. Okay. Here we go. It says, David fought them from dusk until the evening of the next day, and none of them got away, except 400 young men who rode off on camels and fled. So some of the Amalekite giants got away. Not some, 400. But all the other ones, he did his duty. He did his duty. He handled the business. How many men did David come with? First Samuel 30. 400. He started out with 6, but when he got to the Philistine camp, he only had 400. But the 400 slew everybody except for 400. And those 400 got away. Interesting. Interesting. David recovered everything that the Amalekites had taken. Did it say some of the stuff? Did it say some of what they lost or all? Wasn't a chicken egg missing, a donkey, a cat, a bird, a gold coin? Everything that they took, he got it back. All. Everything was accounted for. That means all the people, all the kids. So the enemy did all of that, burning up everything to end up with what? Nothing. And most of them niggas got murked. They didn't, everybody except for 400 of them didn't even take their life with them for what they did. And they was in their home. So what you think happened to their wives and kids? Oh, okay. Okay. It says David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his 2 wives. Nothing was missing. Young or old, boy or girl, plunder or anything else they had taken. David brought everything back. It did. He took all the flocks and herds, and his men drove them ahead of the other livestock, saying, "This is David's plunder." said, not only am I coming for our stuff, nigga, I'm taking y'all, nah, take all of it, nigga. Everything, bro. Put our herds behind, but put their herds up front so that anybody see, nigga, they know this they stuff. All didn't just mean all that they took. All meant they stuff too. He give you a little extra, honey, if you listen. You'll get yours and theirs. Go on and do me dirty and backdoor me while you think I'm not paying attention, baby, because that just means my plunder about to add up. My plunder is about to add up, honey. You're going to have a reason to be mad. And the ones that got a way to tell the story, they going to have to tell the story about how I came up, too. Don't even worry about it. Yep, my homeboys was trying to take my life and was talking about it, but guess what? I came back with not just what I lost. I came back with extra. You hear me? Mind you, these is giants. So ain't no telling how big y'all seen them swords. Y'all seen they cups. Y'all seen all of the stuff from the Beanstalk boy. They wasn't coming back with no little nothing. I'm getting yours and mine. Thanks for doing me wrong. Thanks. Come on. It says, then David came to the 200 men who had been too exhausted to follow him and who were left behind at the Bezor Valley. They came out to meet David and the men with him. As David and his men approached, he asked them how they were. But all the evil men and troublemakers among David's followers, but all the evil men and troublemakers among David's followers. So not only is it bitter people and people that got the spirit of murder or wanna tear somebody down in his camp, now he got troublemakers and evil folks. So when he started out, he had niggas that was talking about unaliving him and the like. Then he had to go and fight with these same people. Then 200 of them stayed. Then they went, mind you, it said he fought from dusk until the next night. So let's say 30 hours he been fighting. Then they had to load everybody up, find their family members, get the food, get the gold, get the animals, and then ride all the way back. And as soon as he got back to where they left the other people, trouble was waiting on him. He just left trouble. He just risked his life to get everybody family members back, get all their stuff back. Even though they ain't got houses, they got all their stuff plus some extra. Then he get all the way back to where he left the other people in trouble was waiting on him. Again, what's the cost of leadership? Is people ever satisfied? Because from what I'm seeing, from what David was dealing with here, no. No matter what he did, they was going to have an attitude. No matter what he did, they was going to have something to say about the way that he was leading, even though he was hitting victory after victory after victory. They was being messy while he handled the crew and handled business. Okay, that part. Here we go. Because they did not go out with us, we will not share with them the plunder we recovered. Interesting. However, each man may take his wife and his children and go. He said, we got their family members back. They need to be happy. Whatever it was that we fought for, we getting it. We keeping it. These is the same niggas that just told David they was going to stone him because they was mad because they didn't have their family members. The exact same people They told David, we should stone you because our wives and our sisters are gone. They went, they fought with him. Mind you, he worrying about if he gonna get some enemy fire right in his camp. Then they get all of this stuff. They win, and these niggas still is finding a problem. Now, you want to hoard what I helped you go. Come on. David, I'm sorry. David replied, no, my brothers, you must not do that with what the Lord has given us. He has protected us and delivered into our hands the raiding party that came against us. Who will listen to what you say? The share of a man who stayed with the supplies is to be the same as that of him who went down to battle. All will share alike. We're going to divvy this up evenly. David made this a statute and an ordinance for Israel from that day to this. When David reached Ziklag, he sent some of the plunder to the elders of Judah, who were his friends, saying, here's a gift from you from the plunder from the Lord's enemies. David sent it to those who were in Bethel, Ramoth, Negev, and Jatir, to those in Aroer and Sipmoth, Eshtemo, I don't know how to say that. We're going to say Eshtemoa and Rekal. The numbers, the names are different in the other ones. Anyway, moving on. To those in the towns of the Jeramelites and the Kenites. To those in Hormah, Bor Ashan, Athak, and Hebron. To those in all other places where he and his men had roamed. So basically, everywhere that he went, they probably took care of the soldiers. The men that stayed with all of their horses and supplies or whatever, they got a cut. Everybody got a cut out of what it is that God had gave them. Why you always trying to leave somebody out of something you didn't even want to do in the first place? You had an attitude the whole time. You done found a problem with every single thing instead of finding a solution. You ain't the leader. You don't even have the responsibility that the leader got. Everybody ain't turning on you if stuff don't go wrong. They turning on David. If it go right, they mad. If it go wrong, they mad. Either way it go, they got a problem. But guess what? They not the leader. They don't even have the responsibility that the leader has. But I always got something to say. I'll be right back. And it's always in a group behind that person's back, which is nuts. can bet him or believe that it only took a few people to start grumbling and say that how they wanted to hurt David for the whole group to follow suit. Hey, Nanette, good morning. You hear me? It probably only took one person to say it out loud for everybody to start saying it. And that's the crazy thing. It only takes one spark. You said it's always just one. Always. People don't like it when you outside the box. They come on. So again, I ask you today, crowd mentality. Come on. Everybody wanted to complain to David, but David was the only one doing the leader job. And it didn't matter if he won for them or lost for them, they always had something to say. They was flip-flopping on him so quick, but he had to stay focused on what God told him to do. He couldn't worry about the flip-floppy people that was around him. One minute they trying to tear down his character, talking crazy about him, and the next minute they in his face, fighting with him, so-called. Then they win, then he go back, and now they acting funny like he still ain't the dang leader, and he gonna decide what's gonna go and what ain't. It's always some folks that are not in a leadership position trying to talk about what the leader should or should not be doing, but they don't have that role. They're not the general. The general is the one that plans how things are going to go. And he know all of the people that he working with so he can put them in the best positions. Because he's learned strategy. You think David could have fought all those wars if he didn't understand people? You think he could have been the type of leader that he was if he didn't understand character? He would not have been successful at his war ventures or anything that he is ruling, reign, whatever. He wouldn't. He had to. You got to understand people to be a leader, and not just one kind of situation. But as you can see, David paid a very high price to be who he was, and it didn't matter what was going on in his personal life. He still had to protect others. He still had to go to God for not just himself, but the safety of others. And the whole time he fighting on two fronts, because he fighting the devil and his own people that he didn't kept safe. It's crazy. He was willing to make the hard decisions and accept the consequences. Come on, it is what it is. And most folks ain't ready to step in them. They can talk about it, but the weight don't feel the same on their shoulders. It's always easy to say what's easy to carry if you ain't the one lifting it. Oh, you should be stronger than that. You should have thought about that before you did it. Have you ever even done it? You got all this to say about it, but have you ever even put one foot or finger to it to try to do it? Oh, okay, well, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Crazy thing is, David was in the front putting his life on the line. You can't be the leader of the army in the back. So if the arrows was flying and if the knives and the swords was coming, David was the first one to take blows. Crazy. And they can't handle what David could handle. This part. Baby, they flip-flop so quick. One minute they was with him, the next minute they want it, the next minute they want to alive him. Then they trying to be stingy like, I don't care. That's why I be trying to tell you I do not get attached. I get attached to people, but to a certain degree, because I done already told y'all, even for me. This has happened to me. I done told y'all the stories about it. It happens to me. The very people that I tried to help keep alive tried to take my life. It's not a game. The very people that I helped learn the Bible or brought to Christ, turn around and start trying. Like this happened to me when I was in my early 20s. A person that I brought to Christ got with the people at church and started going against me. Nigga, and I'm the nigga that sat with you for 7 months teaching you the Bible at 19, at 17, at 18 years old. I'm the one when you didn't understand used to break the Bible down to you, and now that they didn't accepted you, I'm an outcast. Got it. And you done got with them and talking crazy. Well, good. And they be in here too. Hey, if you in here. In real life. Hurt my whole soul. Couldn't even believe it. And we don't even talk like we used to no more because that's crazy to me. Got with the pastor, everybody. It was on some funny stuff. I said, oh, okay. I've had it happen to me more times than I can count. No joke. So I almost expect it. But I read y'all my little part of my book where I said when people first hold on. All right. Oh. Ah! Well, fall then. We'll just go ahead and fall. Because that's what I was about to do. So, doing good. Okay, yeah. Did I get reported on TikTok or something? I'm live right now. We've been live for almost 3 hours. Why do people see God working through you and still go against what they know to be true? I don't know. It's stupid. I'm on live right now. But y'all know what we be talking about over here, so this is the people's. It's here. It cut off. It's not cut off now. I don't know. All right. So it says, thinking on the past few months, everything had been calm. She had just gotten used to being alone with herself. Quite frankly, she preferred it. More time with the Creator, she thought. He had become her true source of love, knowledge, and truth. When she had no one, he was there to comfort her. She had seen so many faces and heard so many stories. Stories so dark they need not ever be repeated. Souls pouring out their deepest, darkest secrets. She had been a listening ear for so many since her childhood. People's innermost thoughts flowed from their lips like songs of hurt and pain, rejection, and unspeakable things. Quiddity's mind would race to the past and flood her thoughts with the faces of the people she had encountered, and all of them were a part of her now. Her experiences had taught her so much. The thoughts that Jehovah gave her, the dreams and the night terrors, but they had all come true. Everything he showed her, why wouldn't the people listen? Quiddity knew the pain of rejection. People had loved her when their souls first connected, and by the end of the relationship, all of them despised her words. But were they her words or Yahweh's? She sometimes thought that it was her own mind that threw these crazy things into the forefront of her brain, but how could she know the things she let escape her lips? Most of these people were strangers in strange cities where she had no relatives distant or immediate. Minutes or days and even weeks before these people would have life altering experiences, Quiddity would somehow become connected with them. As a child, she felt, well, yeah, there's that. So, if you understand, you understand. They love me at first and then they don't. It's okay. That's a part of my. That's what happens over here. They love David and then they didn't. They love Jesus and then they didn't. They loved Paul and then they didn't. That's what it is. Ain't about to stop what I gotta do. Can I say the name of the book again? The Book of CERCA. I wrote that years ago, about 2013. It's the book I supposed to have been finished writing a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. That's the book I started writing years ago, but it kind of explains. Thank you. It kind of explains what I be feeling sometimes. You said what? Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I probably will never finish writing it. It'll just be in the Book of Circa up in, up in the. But yeah. So I totally understand what David used to be going through because I go through it all the time. Literally. All the time I'm going through that. You said me too. That's why I asked for the book. Yep, it ain't been written. I mean, it's been written, but it hasn't been written on paper. It ain't been written on paper. Yeah. Yeah. So hopefully that encouraged you that one, if you are in a position of leadership or God has put you in between a rock and a hard place, because if you notice, David just kept being in between rock and hard places. Y'all saw that he had these people right here with him that was supposed to be his peoples, the folks that were supposed to ride with him, and they were trying to take his life. And then, oh, well, that makes me happy, Renee. It do, cause I mean, but it's a real thing, and we all go through it. Excuse me. We all go through it in one way or another, and it might not be the exact same situation, but this is an underlying thing that most humans go through. You read my life story to me today. Wow, Miss Moore. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome, Pumpkin. This the thing though. Like I was thinking about God. Look, so I found this paper, and this is where I didn't journal. I mean, I didn't. It was probably just thoughts. I showed y'all. And the main word that stood out to me today was leadership. And I'm like, and then the question came to me, what is the cost of leadership? God had me go into First Samuel and read it, and I was like, yeah, this is what it feel like. Because you never know who you can trust. You never know who is, I mean, you just never know. And it sucks because you have to continue. I ain't going to say it sucks, but it's challenging because you have to continue doing what God is telling you to do no matter what is happening in your personal life. No matter, even if the people, like I said, I've been in churches before. And that's why I be telling you, they be violent, man. They'll be trying to put hands on you and everything. You like, wait a minute. We is in the church. We is brothers and sisters in the Lord. What is you doing? You said Mrs. Moore takes the words out of my mouth. Listen, it's a real thing. People in your life for a reason, for a season, a reason, but they are not meant to stay for long. Not everybody. Yeah. Yeah, and this is why I be telling y'all, like, I love on people when I have them. And after God takes them away, I can't worry about why they're not here because it's other people I'm supposed to be meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to stress over the people that weren't there, and I was like, well, he said, don't do that because I got some more people I need you to meet. I got some more people I need you to go talk to. I got some more people I need you to go, and they need the gifts that I put down in you. And so I quit worrying about who wasn't around. I think I'm asking Dad the wrong questions, but he also gave me the eyes to see what people say. I don't see crazy thing. I'm in the center of the rock and the hard place right now. Nephew, you in a good place. Promise. That's what I was just telling everybody. I don't know if you've been here the whole class, but I'm so grateful for them rock and the hard, in between the rock and the hard place, because that's where I saw God at. It's just like being in between the Egyptians and the Red Sea, nephew. Like, that's when the miracles come. That's when the information that will not only change your life, change everybody else's life. Like, because you can't go nowhere, so all you can do is listen. All you can do is listen. You can't move. You won't let me move around for nothing. You heard me? Because I could be out here. You ain't say, he said, sit down. Huh? I said, huh? You said, sit down? Like right here? Or can I sit over there? Right there. But well, I like it the way it look over there. I know how it go. I be trying to tell y'all, look, when I tell y'all he turns my phones off, everything, and not physical, like they don't be disconnected, but it won't ring. When he want me to listen, baby, it be silence. No responses to text. You be like, what is you doing? Hello? Listen. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. It is. And that's why I say, you know what? I would not take this walk back for nothing, because if I had not been in between those those spaces where it was out of my hands, I wouldn't know God to be as big as he is. You hear me? Yeah. I got tired of fighting. Fight the air for 45 years. Soon as you get up, start fighting the air. While you at work, fight the air. When you go to the bathroom, fight the air. When you get ready to eat, fight the air. I mean, really, just start punching and see how tired you will be at the end of the day. Because that's what you be doing when you do stuff in your own way. You be fighting the air. It ain't did nothing but make you tired. Ain't nobody got time for that. Be woe out and ain't did nothing. Hey, you hear me? Hey, Miss Ida. Fight the air all day. Fight the air for an hour. Just shadow box for an hour. That's what I mean by fight the air. Just walk around shadow boxing everywhere you go. As soon as you get up, after you brush your teeth, start shadow boxing. In between eating, pooping, and sleeping and showering, fight shadow box. You be fighting an invisible enemy because you the enemy. You just fighting yourself. You said boys in the hood all day. Listen, just punching the air, just punching. Doing round kicks and everything. Ain't nobody there. Yeah, you going to be tired. And when the real enemy come, you ain't going to have no damn strength. Because you're too tired to fight him, because you've been fighting an invisible war, one that you created for yourself. I've been there. I don't want to do that. I only want to fight the real battles, baby, because the devil will keep you messed up in a fake battle, and he be kicking your tail in the real ones. Nope, I don't even want to see nothing like that. Don't. Nope. Hey, Pumpkin. So, yeah. Good afternoon. Hey, and we about to go, because I got to go somewhere real quick. My son was fighting the air when he started walking. Listen, it's a real thing. It is a real thing. You get tired of fighting. And what I mean by that, you get tired of fighting against the way that God wants you to go. It is exhausting. Do you hear me? It's depressing. It is a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want. That's why I just was like, which way do you want me to go? Where do you want me to live? Where do you want me to be? Do you want me to be single or married? Do you want me to be, what do you want me to do? Because going every other way, I'm going to be tired. Dang, I was up until 3 this morning watching a rewatch from yesterday. Crazy. Go to bed. go to bed. I was up a little late. I was going to get back on. And then I was tired, so I laid in bed. Then I was like, it's too early. It's 5:30. I didn't want to go to sleep. So I took a half of one of those energy vitamins that I had. And then I couldn't go to sleep, but I didn't feel like getting out of the bed. I don't know. Y'all want to see my picture? I finally finished it, too. Well, it's almost finished, I should say. And then I'm going to go because it's snowing. And I need to move around. I almost got him done. Look. Y'all see them? They almost finished. Right? These guys. We almost done with them. I got a few more little pieces, right? I've been trying to cool my mind down because it be a whole bunch be going on. So thank you. So, you know, coloring is one of the things that do calm my mind down. So I've been trying to use it. Thank you. Girl, that's our pens. This is our pens. They work, though. Better get some while you can. You know they come from over there in that place. I'm thinking about ordering me a pack. Because we might not get them for cheap. They probably going to go up to about $50. This probably going to be my next one. Y'all, look. What if this is Nimrod? Didn't we just read about him the other day? Probably is. Because the dragons and stuff was around when Nimrod and them was around. It is Gandalf. But remember when it said that Nimrod used to change himself? And the exact thing that it changed himself in looked exactly like that. When he didn't want nobody to know who he was. He has many names. He does. It was 32 degrees. Yeah, it's real. It's snowing right now. That's why I'm about to go. I got to run somewhere real quick before it get too bad because it's supposed to snow for the next couple hours and it's not that bad. So, yeah. 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 So, I love y'all. I'll probably talk to y'all a little bit later. Plus, I got to check on my potatoes. I forgot they was in there. Dang it. Yeah. Yep. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all in a minute. You said they have the same gel. 10 mil? The same exact ones? For how much? How much? How many do you get though? These? Because we get 240 for about $20. How many do you get for $1? Oh, no. No. Yeah, no, I know they got gel pens. Oh, no. No. These pens last for years, and they are really beautiful. Like, the colors and everything, they are absolutely gorgeous. They allow you to do some amazing stuff. I mean, I'm not saying they probably don't come from the same company, but yeah. 60 count at 5 below. We get them. You still have your set right. They colors be stupid. You see that? Amazon got them. You see? And I'm not even a really good artist, but they colors make you feel like one. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yep, I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a minute. Hopefully y'all enjoy class today. Hopefully it made you think. Hopefully you will not look so crazy at your horrible situations, because they're not horrible. They're teaching you something. Stop looking at the pain and look at the purpose. I love y'all too. Stop looking at the pain and look at the purpose. It'll get easier and you'll get to your goals faster. I promise. That's how it works. Keep your eyes on him. Thank you. I will. I'll be back in a little bit, y'all. But it's about, if we get snowed in. Thank you, Miss Moore. I need to go grab some stuff real quick. Yep, I'll be back.